Hello, and welcome to the first Destiny video of 2022. Fantastic start. Today I am here to tell you why the Servant Leader is one of the best scout rifle choices right now and why you should use it. Firstly, it's good. Alright, thanks for listening. God, that song is like YouTube history now, isn't it? Anyway, hi, I'm still here. The Servant Leader Scout Rifle. Now, you can get this bad boy from torturing yourself. By playing and enjoying everything there is to enjoy about Gambit and what it has in store for you. It'll drop at complete random at the end of a match, and I found that I get most of my weapon drops in Gambit when I lose, so make of that what you will. Now, I'm not saying go ahead and throw the match, but also if you do lose your match, who's the real winner? The teabagging Tommy using Eyes of Tomorrow? Or the person walking away with one of the best scout rifles in the game? That's what I thought. Ow. And I'm not capping either. Is that how people say it? I have no idea. It is a rapid-fire frame scout rifle, 260 RPM, the fastest type of scout rifle, and a very satisfying weapon to shoot. Whole bunch of potential, whether that's PvE or PvP. This review is starting with PvP though, mainly because with most things PvE related, I am as useful as a strict nat type. Have you ever wanted a scout rifle that 4 taps? Oh, what? Oh, come on! A scout rifle that 5 taps. Wow, this is already sounding terrible. Listen though, I've said countless times of how much I am a fan of scout rifles, as well as how the current map rotation in Crucible doesn't make it the best of choices to use. You know, when I say that out loud, I'm more pointing at every scout rifle that isn't the obvious one on everyone's mind right now, Dead Man's Tale, because we all know that thing is already outrageous regardless of the map. You get me though, non-meta sort of scout rifles, you know what I mean. Hear me out. I've been playing around with 2 main roles on the Servant Leader, the first one being a rapid hit and a snapshot role, obviously lacking a damage boosting perk but making up for it in immense snappiness and crisp feeling shots. There seriously isn't a better feeling scout rifle if you can get a snapshot roll, or if you're just a warlock, throw on your Ophidian Aspects gauntlets and get yourself that snappiness right away on top of a potential damage perk roll. People nowadays don't expect this weird contraption of a weapon peppering them from close range or afar. I'm fully aware people obsess over time to kill times of weapons, but to be honest, this is the sort of weapon you're pretty much relying on people being lazy or simply using a close range loadout, which thankfully is about 80% of the current Crucible population, so you know what? It works. I found the initial snapshot rapid hit roll I had to be, while lacking rampage or kill clip, still angering many an impatient shotgunner or fusion rifle abuser. And yeah, I'm talking about you supplying that god-rolled main ingredient, sir. People hardly took fusion rifles seriously, and now look at the bloody state of PvP. Anyway, hi, stay with me. I quite like using scout rifles even on maps with annoyingly difficult and frustrating lanes. You kind of have to make a game of making your own pushing points or limiting where you can stand or where is the maximum range you can reach to maybe get a pick or 2 or 3 while they're busy spawning in or fighting with the rest of my team elsewhere. Very effective long range, as of course it's a scout rifle. Wow. Well done, self. And if you haven't noticed yet either, this is the perfect weapon to pair with a sidearm. More specifically, a punching out sidearm. Yes, I still have that crap roll which gets me killed half the time when I walk over ammo after a kill, when in reality I just want to reload so I can have my sweet damage buff, but no, instead I'm sat here with a 40 magazine and a hatred towards Strike playlist. Just drop me another roll, that's all I'm asking. Give me another... Anyway, at this point, I'm pushing 5,000 kills of it now, so I may as well just keep it. Give it a try, though. If you have one, use it. Why am I whispering? You can definitely tell from my weapon stats over the past 30 days that I often get distracted and end up primarying the sidearm entirely. Anyway, this scout rifle do be good. I found myself topping a good amount of lobbies and getting by just fine, but it definitely needed a damage perk to really get the full effect and actually take advantage of that speedy fire rate that just glues to people's heads. Along with the range of this thing, which by the way, has one of the highest possible ranges you can reach before damage drop off. I think it's like 100 meters or something. 96 meters. Good job, past me. Not that that sort of range matters anyway, because, you know, Bungie won't have bigger maps anymore and I'm sad about it. And also, add Icebreaker. Anyway, moving on to the best role I have of this thing for Crucible. Accurized rounds, surplus, and kill clip. And listen closely, Redditors. My best role, not the best role. I see you typing already, Gambit Gordon. Chill. Gotta be honest, I didn't like the idea of surplus at first, especially after the December update involving the longer cooldowns of abilities, so I thought it would just be a almost wasted perk, or at least a very nerfed perk. I definitely played myself into thinking it would become a crappy perk and be nowhere near as good, but no, here we are. Full abilities, even having 2 abilities not on cooldown gives you the perfect boost to reload, so farming kill clip over and over again, very doable. Now I can say, check out those 3... Okay, it's 4. Check out those 4 taps. The RPM over the scout rifle means that this thing will destroy in almost no time at all. You'll still be doming unsuspecting people and very likely getting a bag to your face the next time you get killed. Totally worth it though. I also get yelled at in Steam comments for using this loadout, so hey, that's fun. I do indeed use a controller on PC. And guess what, Kevin from Nebraska? Your keyboard is also technically a controller. Long story short, kill clip is a game changer on the scout rifle. Forgetting about some of the worst time reloads in an attempt to keep kill clip going of all time, it was doing incredibly well. And yes, I played a lot of Iron Banner for these clips too, so this ain't just some quick play shenanigans haver. This can do plenty in meaningful playlists as well. And as for PvE, we all know those horrible and heartbreaking times when you see a heavy ammo brick fall off of the map or just fall somewhere inaccessible without you dying. Well, look no further. This bad boy also drops with shoot to loot. Now, at the time of this video, of course, there is no anti-barrier champions mod for scout rifles, but there will be next season with Witch Queen. So best believe this will be extremely useful for champion activities, especially these slower grandmasters where you find yourself dealing with a lot more adds and having to sit back and pick enemies off. I have stashed a shoot to loot and frenzy roll for this exact occasion. But please, don't just take my word for it, because as far as PvE goes, I'm trash. It just makes sense to have an almost always active damage and reload buff to go with a champion relevant scout rifle, obviously on top of shoot to loot. And do let me know what you guys think would be a good perk combo for this weapon in PvE. I guess you could also make the argument for Osmosis to cover an element for match game, or maybe one for all to get a pretty chunky damage buff for only shooting 3 enemies within 3 seconds. Hugely underrated, that perk. I mean, you get the picture. There is a lot of options here all around. Crucible, strikes, endgame content, definitely feels like one of the most underrated scout rifles out there anyway. Easily worth the annoyance of Gambit to potentially get this thing to drop. So go out there and get yourself one. Or if you already have one, let me know if you guys agree with me or not. Just because I'm a content creator does not mean I'm right. I'm just an idiot with numbers beside my name. Pick and choose what role you feel will be the most fun. Thank you guys for watching and listening to this verbal attack on your ears about the Servant Leader Scout Rifle, especially if you've made it this far. I appreciate your faces very much. Until next time though, take care.